Hello! Hello! Hi, it's Chloe again. I'm here to catch us up on week 2. This is Katie Whitlock and Joel Rogers, MSG THEA 315, week 2 report out. It is June 14th, 2012. I got all my information in. Okay, well, I'm going to let them go do it now. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, thanks, Chloe. So, we're talking about our questions, and the first one for this week is, how do we think the rubric for online instruction is going to impact the course? And for us, what's really useful about the rubric is that it provides a checklist of things to go through and say, have you thought about this? Have you thought about this? Have you thought about this? Some of it is less useful because of what we teach, and there is still a large component that we need to keep in the classroom, but we will use it as a guideline for the way that we kind of build the course to make sure we're hitting as many things as we can for what we are positioning online.
And then, are you adding any technologies that you haven't had before? So we're trying. We're going to use, if we can, we'd like to be part of the sort of the pilot program for the new clickers. I think we're both interested in doing that, and so that really is dependent, I think, more on, is there a way to get into that, and could we get X number for a class, that kind of thing. But it would certainly be something that I think would make the it would help with the student engagement in the class, and make it a little bit easier to negotiate some of the conversations. We had a group project that we used to have years ago that once the class grew, we couldn't do anymore. But we've had the idea from a couple of things where we could maybe take the group project and then put it online now, and so that they could still post and then kids could go in and watch each other's rather than have to eat up class time. And then the other day, with a couple of the introductory videos from the ag kids, I had the idea that we used to have to, students would go see a performance and write a 2 or 3 page paper. Well, that takes a lot of time to grade 99, and so I thought, well, they could just go in and then upload a 30-second response. I'd be happy to watch that, and then they could watch other students, classmates as well. So that's a new technology that we're considering using. We don't know quite how yet, but then that leads into the third question, though.
Can I mention one other thing about the new technologies? Yeah. I went to the GradeMark and Turnitin, and I really liked what was in that. And I know that it may not end up in this course, but that's a technology that I think I will integrate in. I teach a couple of writing-heavy courses, and that will be particularly helpful in that instance.
So that leads to the third question about
concerns.
What are your concerns? Well, the concerns are, I keep hearing everybody say, well, don't do too much. And so that's a big concern, especially since I'm the one that's up to teach this next in the fall. And Katie has lived in this technological world longer than I have. And I think I just said I'm older than you.
I think you did.
Anyway, so I'm, this is all new to me, and then what can we actually incorporate into the fall? But we may not be able to incorporate everything, but if we could just do a couple of them, and then see how that works through the fall. One of my big concerns with the videos is how do we make sure that students always it's always accessible to students to get to those? I have a new iPad, but they don't. So we've got to figure out how to negotiate that. But I guess the biggest concern is doing too much, and how much is too much. And at what point do I explode trying to make it easier?
And Joel witnessed me going through that, trying to figure out the balancing act when I did this in the first go-round that I went through with Cohort 2. So I think there's also some caution there because of the fact that he saw my head explode, and it was messy.
Right.
So I'm going to talk about what we're excited about. And I think the potential of this is the double-edged sword. The potential is huge. There's so much that could happen, and yet, at the same time, how much is too much? Also for us, the conversations that we've had about content and the way we see the course and how to build enough of an infrastructure that we can keep our unique teaching, but when it alternates between us, we know it's maintaining correct assessment. We know it's maintaining that we keep we know we want the group project and both of us will do that. It might be different content, but we're both going to do that. And how we can do that has actually been very good for us and very exciting. So the conversation's been great. The materials are really interesting. It's just the trepidation of what is best to use in what way.
Well, and at what point does the new technologies, is there so much of it that what we're looking for is, an engaged student-professor relationship? At what point is there so much that we've lost track of that again?
Yeah.
So that's the balancing act for us.
So I think that's kind of where we stand at this point. So
tune in next week for the last and final week of Academy e-learning 4. 4?
Yes, we're cohort 4. That's good. Thanks, Chloe.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.